All right, little impromptu live stream. Walking around here in downtown Baton Rouge. Just hang out for a bit, see if anybody joins in on the chat. It's a beautiful day out today. Some nice fall weather. You got any candy? Ozzy, I don't have any candy. We ate all the candy last night for Halloween, but I might have some potatoes. What's happening, Mark? Yep. Little impromptu live stream here. I am out in Red Stick. That is another name for Baton Rouge. And if you recognize these through things from many photos and videos, you could probably guess where I'm at in Baton Rouge. And there it is right there. That is the USS Kidd Veterans Museum. And this would be the little catwalk that you would take to board the ship when she is here. There's the mooring dolphins you can see down there. Let's go have a closer look at those things if we can. These steps here only go down so far. So it's a little tricky to navigate the very bottom because it's just a really steep slant there. So what'd you guys end up doing for Halloween? You had any plans, or you guys just stayed home? Oh, it's not so bad right here. The little slant that I was talking about. You look that way, it's rough trying to get down over there. You see we're at the time of year where the river is very, very low. At this time of the year, if the ship was here, she would be completely out of water and resting in her cradle. So by this time next spring, the ship should be back home. So yeah, look at that. There's the all the touch pads are in place for the cradle, like Tim told us, and the last time he live streamed with us. So it's probably better to try and get down over there. See that structure over there, they call that the paper clips. And you can see there are people down there. But yep, that's all they end up doing to the cradle, as far as I can tell. Yeah, I didn't really do much for Halloween. Well, we gave out candy, and then I'm not really much into like going out in the nightlife and all that. Those days are over for me. So I went home and I watched Halloween 1 and 2. The original Halloween 1 and 2, not the Rob Zombie Halloween 1 and 2. Yeah, Halloween classic, absolutely. Well, the best. I'm really not a fan at all of the Rob Zombie movies. Yep, I'm out here today because they're yeah, the face of James T. Kirk. Yep. What's up? What's going on here? Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday to you as well. We are just having a little impromptu live stream. I'm out here in Baton Rouge, and we're looking at the cradle that holds the USS Kidd in place. That's those two structures right there you see called mooring dolphins. Daylight savings ends tonight. Yep. I think it should be, just personal opinion, I think daylight savings should end the weekend before, or the Sunday before Halloween. Oh, you're in Baton Rouge too. Awesome. Cool deal. I think daylight savings should end the Sunday before Halloween. That way it could be completely dark for Halloween. You're going to miss darkness at 7 a.m. It's still very much dark over here at 7 a.m. So, yep, back at the top of the levee. And again, there's the museum right there. And you see that structure right there? That right there is the old Louisiana State Capitol. Daylight savings time should just end, never to return. I know that there are a lot of states, this being one of them, that they have enacted legislation to keep daylight savings in place permanently, but it's something the federal government essentially has to do something. I forget all the details, but the state's laws can't enact it until something changes on the federal level. And once that does, you've got, I think I read it was like 19 states. Their laws will go into place that keeps daylight savings permanent. Arizona, Hawaii doesn't. Yeah, from what I read, there is a Native American tribe in Arizona that does recognize daylight savings. But yeah, the rest of the state does not. Milan, how are you, my friend? It has been a minute. Milan, coincidentally, I am out here in Baton Rouge because there is a scale model show that was going on today. It's one that happens out here in Baton Rouge every year. So I went and attended that, got some footage together, gonna have a new video on that. So you guys can look forward to that soon. I don't know if you can see it, but the people down there, they have a little canoe. I don't know if I would want to risk getting in a canoe in the Mississippi. That's there is no fighting the current for the Mississippi. So guys, I don't know if you heard, if you've been following either my channel or the kids channel, but the Kidd will be coming out of the dry dock on Veterans Day, November 11th. That is her last day in dry dock. Is the water cold? I would imagine it probably is, Mark, but I'm not going to get close enough to find out. If you fall into the Mississippi, you're done. When they find you, you're going to be room temperature. By the way, that bridge over there in the distance, that's part of I-10. That is called the Horace Wilkinson Bridge. There's another bridge down there off in the distance, but you probably can't see it. That's called the Huey P. Long Bridge. It's a much older bridge, I believe. Yeah, more like less than room temperature. Well, you'll be the temperature, whatever the temperature of the river is, that's what you'll be. I wish they'd fill this with water. This is actually a nice little fountain when they got it going. I don't know if you can see it down there, but there's a riverboat down there. There's also an old ferry, what's left of it, called the Brook Hill, that sunk, I believe, in 1915. It was a wooden ferry with one boiler, and what's left of the hull and the boiler are on the bank of the river. When the river's low enough, you can actually see it. And that was, I think, one of the first videos I ever did on my channel was that. And I think it's the most viewed full-length video on my channel. Yep, so that's down to the paper clips. They've got it barricaded off so you can't go all the way to the bottom. Got some barges out there. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in here so you guys can see the top of the current state capitol. So you see that very tall building right there? That is the Louisiana State Capitol building. It is the tallest Capitol building in the country. And let's keep going this way. See if we can look down over the water. Oh, we've got a tug coming without a barge. Yeah, today's a great day to just be outdoors. The weather's absolutely perfect. Now, if the ship was here, if Kid was here in her cradle, this would be a perfect straight-on shot of her. You can see we are lined up dead even with the cradle. So when she comes back, that's a great shot. A few years ago, the level of the Danube was so low near Budapest that they actually found a boiler in there too, though I can't remember whether it was a boiler of a train or a ship. Now, does that river rise and fall like the Mississippi does? Because it's a 40-foot difference when the river is at its lowest and when it's at its highest in the spring. Oh, damn. Check that out. I don't know if you can see it, but look, they got a giant log in that, I don't know what you call that thing, whatever it is. There's a few logs in there. That's from debris floating downriver, I would assume, and getting caught in it. I know Tim tells us a lot about debris coming down river and hitting the ship, hitting Kid. But you can see, again, how low the river is right now here in the fall, but in the springtime, it gets up over some of those steps. In fact, I've seen the river get to a point where it was almost to the very top of those steps. I wonder why they got this big canvas right here. Danube usually doesn't drop that much, but that summer, when this was reported, it was especially dry summer, so that's why it dropped so much. Gotcha. Yeah, this is every year though. This is tradition for the Mississippi. You know, it will get this low in the fall, and in the spring it gets really high. It's from all the snow melt that happens up north and comes down river. So in the springtime, you know, kid is collared to those dolphins right there. She'll float, free float with the river. In the springtime, she's floating. Right now, she would be resting comfortably on that cradle. Cool. You doing? Cool. No worries, Mark. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you stopping by. See if we can zoom in on that barge a little. Wonder if we can get over the street right there. I just got a message. Sorry, I was getting distracted. I just got a message from Tam. I was reading it. Yep, I'm excited to see. I know they're going to be documenting the ship coming out of the dry dock. I can't wait to see that footage. That's a very nice view, and it's a beautiful day. There's a slight breeze, and it's a nice cool breeze. We had a big front come through here earlier in the week, and it's like really our first fall cold front, and it's made the weather for this weekend very, very nice. Hill Q1, hello, welcome. Let's see if we can get over the street right here. I do not know if this thing crosses the street or not. Not sure why all this stuff is barricaded off. This is down there. Is right by the museum. Is essentially like a big Veterans Plaza. So without much spoilers for upcoming video, which models were your favorites at the show? There were actually a lot of good models at this show, even though I would say this show tends to be smaller than other scale model shows in the area, but the quality of the models was really, really good. I would say there's an aircraft carrier model that you're going to see that was extremely well done. If I had to right off the top of my head, that one would probably be my favorite. There was a model of Kid, but it was the Tamiya kit, and that kit does not have the correct bridge design for Kid. It's one of the earlier Fletchers. I don't think it was Enterprise, Ozzy. I think it was a different, I'm pretty sure it was a different carrier. But yeah, the Kid model was really, really well done. But again, it didn't have the accurate bridge. Let's see, a lot of the dioramas were really, really cool. Speaking of carriers, I just ordered a 1700 Hornet. Oh, I can't wait to see you start to work on that. Yeah, I don't know. I've been kind of on a slump with my model building lately. I just haven't been into it. I really need to get back into it. Here we got a much better view of the old state capitol right there. There is a video of that on the channel, by the way. And here's looking down the street. And you can see the museum right there. I think this is a museum too, but I've never actually been in it. The thing with that, Milan, is there's really not much of anything you have to do with that kit as far as conversion. All you got to do really is get custom decals, because the cool thing about the trumpeter kit is you can get the you can build the ship in either the 1943 or 1945 configuration. They give you both options, but if you're going to do a conversion to kid, all you need it to do is build the 45 version, and again, just get custom decals and you're in business. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Sullivan's and Kidd were a lot alike prior to Sullivan's getting all of the upgrades that she ended up getting. Whereas of course, we all know Kidd never really got any significant modifications. It's a nice little area over there. Want to build another Fletcher anyway because I messed up my first Sullivan's model, so I gotta replace it. Yeah, again, anytime you're gonna build a kid conversion, I recommend the trumpeter kit. I've seen this several times now at different scale model shows. People use the Tamiya kit with the incorrect bridge. I'm gonna go get a look at close up of that little, I don't know what you call it, plaza, whatever it is right there. Oh, cool, a little map of the riverfront. Let's see. Oh, I'd not use the Tamiya kit anyway because that one is waterline. Are you sure about that? Because the model that was at this model show, the builder put in his notes that he cut the hull off in order to make it waterline, because he did a waterline where, you know, he's got the waves like it's going through the ocean and whatnot. Oh, the one to 700. Okay, I was talking about the 1 to 350. That's the trumpeter one I've got anyway. The 1 to 350. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting that video together for you guys. Got some, that's going to be coming out. Got a, working on a fairly big live stream for, I was going to say next month, but we're in November now. So for this month, we're going to have a pretty big live stream coming up. At least that's the plan. As long as everything stays together, essentially. ship. I'm making my way back to my vehicle. I did park at the museum. I did the museum tour. Bought a rivet that was once on the ship. It is an original rivet to the ship. So I now have an original piece of USS Kidd DD-661. Excuse me. So now I've got pieces of 4 different ships now in my collection. I've got Kidd. I've got a rivet from Kidd. I've got a piece of deck from USS Alabama, USS Texas, and the Olympic. Need to figure out a way to how to display all of that together, because right now I've got them on different spots on my little shelf with my models. Gonna get a close-up of this plane, and we're probably gonna get ready to wrap it up soon. Got a dish now. Thanks for the stream. Looking forward to the model show video. No problem, Lon. Thanks for hanging out. And I'm going to be wrapping it up in just a minute here anyway. So I'm getting ready to make the drive back home. So you pretty much stayed for the whole thing. And let's see. Cool. Yep. All right, guys. Well, that's going to wrap this one up. I appreciate you all for coming and hanging out with me on a little impromptu stream. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I know it's been a while since I've done one of these, but now that summer's over and fall has kicked in and I'm excited to be outdoors again, hopefully we can start doing more of these. So, yeah, I appreciate you guys so much for hanging out, and you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend, and until the next time, of course, you guys know the drill. Drive safely.